Hey, Eva.
Like posing as a...
Muy guau.
Hi, I'm Chase Jase, and today we're going to be interviewing AP Bio survivors. Come on in.
Chase, I told you not to film here anymore.
Hey, sweetie. So, here, we see an AP Bio survivor in her natural habitat. Doing what? Studying. So, tell us a bit about the class.
Gladly. While you are taking an AP Bio, it will not just be fun and games. You must have to set aside extracurricular activities to prioritize your time to study. The best thing to do is to have time management skills, and it is important to know that you will have a lot of tests, so you must have to start studying early on. You can focus more of your time just to studying, and the most important thing is this book right here. To study and to do every assignment, this book will have to be your best friend. And remember, every night, even when you don't have a quiz the next day, you have to read each chapter. But the key to this is reading over and over and over again. Even if you feel like you read 20 times, read one more time to know that you got the material down like that. That will definitely help you ace every quiz. Okay, can you
What she's...
Okay.
Follow me. Hey there.
Chase, you can't just come in like that. I told you not to do that when I'm studying.
So, I see you're studying for AP Bio.
Yeah?
Why don't you tell me a bit about the logistics of the class?
Okay. So in AP Bio, it's weighted at a 6.0 scale. Whenever you get 100, you get a 6.0 added to your GPA, which can be really helpful, especially because if you were to get a 90 in the class, you still get 5.0, which is even better than getting 100 in a class that isn't weighted at all. AP Bio also has an AP test. This test can be especially helpful for saving money on college. And that's because whenever you get a good score on the test, you can get some college classes out of the way. This depends on the college, on how high a score you need. You can get a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5 on the test. Most colleges require a minimum of 3. Usually the higher you score, the more college credits you get out of the way. So that can be especially helpful for saving money and also time, because college takes many years to complete. And speaking of which, you're in the class too, Chase. Why didn't you talk about it?
Well, in AP Bio, in order to do good in this test, be successful, get a 3, 4, or 5, you need to pay attention in class. You always need to be the one that's raising your hand. You need to be the one that's asking questions. You can't be the people that I've seen personally on their phones in the back playing Fortnite, falling asleep. Those are the people that will not be successful on this test. The people that are successful are the ones that are asking questions in class instead of saying, I can review at home. Speaking of which, on this test...
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Well, I know you said asking questions can really help. So would you mind telling us about the actual format of the AP test?
Well, this test is devised into 2 sections, each being an hour and 30 minutes long. You'll be given gridables and you'll be given multiple choice questions. Some of the questions you will not know, therefore you would need to use your comprehension on the knowledge that you have attained in this class. If you know the material, you will definitely ace this part. But on the other hand, the FRQs stand for free response questions. You have to apply your knowledge to these specific questions. So if you weren't paying attention in class, you will not have the slightest clue as to what these FRQs are talking about. Because most of the time the FRQs aren't stuff that you specifically went over, but you need to use common sense based on biology in order to do good on these questions. So, yeah. Now, let's cut back to our old pal. So, what you doing there? Too late. What you doing there?
In AP Bio, you will have a multitude of labs and And with that comes lab reports. The most important thing in labs is to pay extra close attention to the teacher's instructions. It also helps to choose lab members that you know will be responsible and on top of their work. The labs are not necessarily difficult labs. As long as you pay attention, you will learn a great deal from them. And if you do them correctly, they will help a lot on the AP exam, since some FRQs will actually be based on the lab. Yes. And the most important things about labs is the lab report. Plan before you write. Lab reports are very long, and the more descriptive, the better. And basically, the format of lab reports is the introduction, which has to be quite lengthy and will go over the background of what the lab is actually about. Next is the hypothesis, and that's what you will go over. Like, that's what you believe will be the outcome of this experiment. Next, it is materials. That is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Then there is method, which is very long, and usually a teacher will already give you the methods to write down. And next is graphs and data. This step shows how well you paid attention during the experiment and if you understood the situation that was going on. Last but not least is conclusion. You have to prove that you understood what was going on, that you understand the topic, that you tested your hypothesis correctly, and that you recorded all data. Don't think that a lab report is a one-day thing. You have to start as soon as you finish your lab and try to do as much research as you can to make your lab report as credible as possible. Okay, you can leave now.
Now, let's go get the three Musketeers to talk about good old AP Bio.
Okay. All jokes aside, AP Bio has actually, I believe, taught us to be good students and how to pick up good studying habits and to pick up good time management skills. At first, when I started this class, I thought I knew what real studying was, but what I was studying was the bare minimum. When I started actually doing the quiz, I realized, like, shoot, this isn't gonna cut it off. I'm gonna actually have to ask as many questions as I can in class, and I'm gonna have to read every night. And I know that sounds like a pain in the butt, but it really is what's necessary. So if you do want to come to this class, be aware that you do really have to learn how to study. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned. And I've also learned that the subjects are quite specific and descriptive, so you really have to pay attention in class. And I know that sounds like, well, like, oh, that's obvious, but when I mean pay attention, I mean you have to really analyze what you're doing, and it's good to bring the book to school so you can kind of like double check with what this teacher's saying and what the book is saying, so you can furthermore have a more straight, clear understanding of what the subject and topic actually is about. I don't know what you guys have learned, but do you want to share your experiences?
What I learned is that honestly, you just have to do everything that you can to get the best grade possible, because that can help out a lot with your GPA. I think it's really important to, if there's extra credit, do the extra credit. You know, try your best on the work, because, you know, your teacher might give out extra credit just if she sees, oh my gosh, this was an amazing lab report, you know? So I think just try your hardest and do your best work so that you can just get as high a grade as possible, and you can also make yourself really proud and say, hey, I did that, you know? And just that you can feel confident, you can raise your grade up. It can be really helpful to just try your hardest in the class.
Tracking back on what they said, it doesn't cut it out anymore just to pretend to pay attention in class, to be in the back of the class on your phone doing nothing, because now these concepts are very complex and in detail. If you check a text message for, let's say, a couple of minutes and you come back, they will be on a completely different topic and you will be left behind. Also with that, you always need to put in your best work, because you cannot this is supposed to be an appropriate video. You cannot put in 50%. You need to put in 110% on everything you do. So, yeah.
And I know maybe the incoming freshmen have a lot of questions about the AP exam, and trust me, we did too. It seems like a larger than life test, but really, it is just a test. It will be difficult, but it will be doable as well. As long as you listen to all the advice that has been in the video, the test will still seem difficult, but it will seem manageable and it would seem like you have greater control than you did before. Just remember, for this test, there will be things you will not know, and you have to expect that you actually will know a lot of things that you did. So just remember that and keep that in mind, and remember, this is just a test. And regardless of how well you do, you will learn a valuable lesson from AP Bio. I think that's it for this review. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have fun in AP Bio. Adios.
Oh, now, I've reported the scene, and you know what AP Bio means. Chase Jase, channel whatever news, out.